Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn about delay damage in the clause 8.8 in FIDIC Red Book 2017. So some of you may know the word delay damage and some maybe have not know about this. So today my content, I have definitions about delay damage, and number 2 I'm going to talk about the purpose of using the delay damage, and the third point is a key feature, what are the characteristics of the delays, and number 4 is the example that make all of you can understand easily, and the last one is conclusion. So slide number 1 is about definition of delay damage. As you know, the word delay is mean that you cannot complete the project on time. So when we use delay damage, it is pre-agreed sum payable by contractor for late completion. It means that before the contract award, contractor and employer already agreed on the delay damage for not complete the projects on time. So how many percentage per day or how much money cost per day for the delay. And number 2, not the penalty, it is a genius pre-estimate of employer loss. The word delay damage here does not mean a penalty, but it's just a kind of pre-estimation for the employer losses, because in terms of employer, they want to know the pre-estimate how much money if the project is delayed by 1 month or 2 months. Okay, and the purpose of using delay damage here is number 1, for compensate employer for losses due to delay. It means that one project is delayed by 1 month, 2 months, or half year. So the contractor responsibility, they have to compensate the employer for their loss due to that delay. And number 2 is provide certainty, no proof of loss needed. It means that we just count from the completion date until the taking over certificate. For example, the project is only one year, and then the delay is 2 months, 1 year and 2 months. So we can count that 2 month delay, and it is easy for the employer. They don't need to prove for their loss, how much money for their loss, but they can claim the penalty from contractor. And the last one, to motivate the contractor to finish on time. When the delay happen, the penalty happen, the contractor can motivate them to finish on time. And one more is the key feature. The delay damage is applied after expiry of time for completion until taking over certificate. Like I have mentioned before, it counts from the completion date. For example, the project is only 1 year, and then if more than 1 year, they will count start penalty from 1 year, and then until the completion of the project is a taking over certificate. And number 2 is the rate and the maximum stated in the contract data, but it's normally in contract FIDIC is only 0.1% per day of contract amount have to be counted and capped at 10% of the contract amount. In here, if the particular condition does not mention, or they can change due to the negotiation of the employer and the contractor. For example, they cap at 12% of the contract amount. Also, how this case happen, but normally it's about the maximum one is 10%. And number 3, deducted automatically in IPC by engineer. Engineer is the act of the employer, so they have to deduct for the interim payment claim. They will deduct due to it, like how many days the contractor delay, so we can count by it. And employer does not prove loss. The employer don't have the responsibility to prove that how much they lost in terms of the delay, 1 month, 2 months. And number 5 is about the sole remedy for delay except termination. If the employer does not terminate the contract, so the delay damage we can count by the day or the weeks based on the agreement. And the last one is about the concurrent delays it means engineer apportion. In this term, I will explain in the next slide for the concurrent delays and the engineer apportion. The word apportion here refer to the device. It means something happen at the same time. You can see the concurrent delay is equal to when two delay happen at the same time, one caused by the employer, for example, late drawing, and one caused by the contractor because of poor planning. So as you can see that the 20-day delays is caused by both employer and contractor. So in the FIDIC 2017, the engineer or the consultant must divide responsibility between the two parties. You can see that in the FIDIC contract, it's very fair for both employer and contractor. Example, if both delay overlap for 20 days and engineer decides employer costs 60% and the contractor costs only 40%, then the contractor may only get 12-day EOT, extension of time, because you can see that the cost is by the employer more than the contractor. So we can calculate by multiply 20 days multiplied by 60%. So it means that the contractor can get the EOT for 12 days more. So they can get more time to complete it, 12 days. But for the 8 day, it is the responsible of the contractor because of their poor or planning. So I think you can understand this one. And for example, here I raise up for time completion is 365 days in the project, and the actual date for completion is 400 days. So you can see the delay is about 35 days. So the daily rate, for example, they mention clearly in the particular condition that the daily rate of the delay is 5,000 US dollar. So the delay damage total of the delay damage is equal to 35 days multiplied by 5,000. You can see it equal to 175,000 US dollar, and subject to the maximum cap. Like I have mentioned in the previous slide, the maximum cap is about 10 to 12% of the contract amount. If it already reached the 10% or the 12% of the contract amount, the employer cannot penalty the contractor anymore because it reached the maximum amount already. Okay, for the last point is the conclusion. For apply the delay damage, it protects employer for financial harm and it gives the certainty and fairness. And the last point is very important because it encourages timely completion of the work. When the delay happens, as you are the employer, you will have the financial harm because you cannot operate that building. For example, you have to operate the apartment for rental for something, but the contractor cannot finish it. So it is fair for penalty them and also can encourage them to complete it, the work faster. Because as you can see, some employer and some contractor, they delay for the work more than a month. It's like a half year, 1 year, so they cannot finish it. It's very harmful for the employer. Okay, so thank you very much for watching my video, and I hope it will benefit you, and please subscribe if you think it is useful for you and for your friends, especially for someone who interested in the FIDIC contract. Thank you. Bye bye.